Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Suds News. I am Vinny, along with Angela, as always. Angela, how are you today?
Glorious, Vin. I am glorious.
So am I. Hi, Susan. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Before we get started, I do want to kind of apologize for the podcast-a-thon. We did have to end up abruptly early. It sucked. First of all, I wanted to say thank you, God, to the person that did hit the transformer outside the house. They walked away from the crash, albeit in handcuffs.
That is wonderful.
But so they were alive. There were no fatalities or anything, except for the fact that we had to our podcast-a-thon at 6 a.m. or close to 7 a.m. So, but we did raise $225 with the help of some post-podcast-a-thon donations. But you know what? I do want to go ahead and say thank you to everybody that tuned in. Thank you to the people that did donate. Thank you to our special guests, Jacqueline Grace Lopez, Julie Dove, Kyle Lauder, Alice Boza. So we did have a really good time. And I can't help but thank Kim and Donald, who stayed very late. And then James Ladd Jr. and Matt from the 10th floor, as well as Candace Mack and Lady Alpha coming in and having a great time talking about soap operas and whatever else came to mind.
Yes, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun, I thought.
It really was. It was a lot of fun. And I did get a chance to speak to Courtney Marie Warner, who we were supposed to have at 11 o'clock Sunday morning. But we've talked it over, and Kim and I are going to be interviewing Courtney Marie Warner and Charles Shrem, her husband, on Dockside at the Bay this week. We'll be sitting down with them on Wednesday evening, and then it'll air Thursday. So we've decided to keep the podcast-a-thon donations open until Thursday. So you still have some time. The Venmo QR code and the PayPal QR code are there. So they're up on our social media at Suds Media, so you can still go ahead and donate. And either way, thank you. And I've also talked to Jordi Villasusa. We're going to set up an interview with him as well in the near future. So things are going good. And one more big thanks. What was that?
I love to hear that.
Yes. One more big thanks to everybody out there. We have now made YouTube partner. So what that means is now you should see, as you're watching on the live feed or the replay, you should see a little box with a $sign in it that you could donate. And whether it's a super thanks or a super chat or a super emoji or whatever else they call them, the supers as they are, you can help to donate to the show. No matter what, you can help out. If you like what we give you, if you like the products that we're giving you, the shows that we're giving you, you can feel free to donate to help out the show. So again, a huge thank you to the subscribers that have subscribed and shared and helped us to grow.
Yes, definitely.
But you've been absent from Suds News for 2 weeks.
Actually,
no. Well, no, you were absent last week. The week prior to that, you had a commitment, so we had to leave early. So that's So you missed last week because you were a little bit under the weather.
Yes.
But you know what? We're happy you're in good health now. And you got, you were with us at the podcast-a-thon. So I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah. It was great. The podcast was great. And I'm very, very happy that I'm feeling better because, whoo. Yeah, that was not great.
I could imagine. Before you even ask, I did watch the GH teaser for this week. So, it is on fire.
Yeah, it really is. Did you see today's?
I didn't get a chance to. No, I have to watch the Hulu version.
Ah.
So.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I checked Xfinity stream. I didn't see live TV on there, so I don't know if mine is a different thing.
Yeah, I think you need Now.
Okay.
I think you need the Now, which is, I think it's like.
Oh, okay. I'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah.
So either way, it's something that I'm looking at because I have YouTube TV as well.
Yeah.
But folks, we are here live on both X and YouTube. So go ahead and share alike. Get the people in here and have fun. Sit back and have fun because we've got a lot to talk about. As always, we're brought to you by W Energy. I've been doing a lot of the hydration blend recently, not a lot of energy, although this past, for the podcast, I did have a couple of the energy drinks. But the best hydration drink is Watermelonada, which is watermelon lemonade. And we do have a promo code for you. It is w.gg/Suds Media, 10% off your purchase. That's w.gg. Use promo code Suds Media for 10% off your purchase. It is Jitterless energy from the coffee fruit plant. That's what they use for their source of caffeine. So check it out. Again, that's wdubby.gg, and then use promo code Suds Media for 10% off your purchase. All right.
Yes.
So since you weren't here last week, I will let you kind of catch us up on some of your thoughts of last week or the week prior, and kind of get into things right from there.
Well, I mean, of course, I have to now open the breakdowns to remember what happened. Hold on. I'm getting there. Hold on. Let me get to my email. There. And I have so many darn emails. All right, come on, people. Do better. Let's go. I mean, I could
But I do also want to plug, while Angela's looking up for the breakdowns, I do want to also let everybody know that I did have, actually, remember on the podcast-a-thon, I did have on that Suds Media polo shirt. Well, that was made by the printing company out of New Hampshire, Dover, New Hampshire. I'm sorry, the printing press. And I do want to mention that Heather, who is the sole proprietor, the CEO, the starter of the printing press in Dover, New Hampshire, was actually highlighted in the startup success of Business New Hampshire magazine. And the article is called Startup Star, The Printing Press Grows Through Personal Touch. So check it out. Again, that's the businessnhmagazine.com. Check it out. Congratulations to her. It's a huge startup, and it's a really good startup, and they're good people to work with. So check that out.
Okay, I got them.
All right.
I want to start with Tracy real quick.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with Monica leaving her the house. I have a problem with Monica leaving her in the house with no strings, because I don't think Monica would have done that, because she knows Tracy would get angry and kick everybody out, which she did within like an hour of finding out she owned the house. And I just don't think Monica would trust that she wouldn't do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Sonny remains a horrible father.
Yeah.
You know, the crap with, and he continued it today, you know, fucking carrying water for Willow. And so Michael's just like, dude, what the fuck? You know, last week he was doing it too. It was just ridiculous. Brennan is truly getting into his villain era.
Okay.
You know?
Yep.
With, yeah. And of course, you know, I love my Jason, Carly,
Oh yeah.
But I love that, he confronts her.
Yep.
And I heard from countless people that it was going to be him yelling at her about being mean to poor Brit in the sauna, which she wasn't. She was beyond fair.
Correct.
And he didn't. Not only that, he was very, very upset that she was ducking his calls. And
Yes.
as I pointed out on the podcast, I was very surprised that I couldn't find any of the usual thesis.
Yep.
I guess, that you usually see on GH Soap Twitter about how obsessed Carly is with
Right.
Jason. You would think that somebody would,
Yeah.
type up that rant about Jake. The man had to, stalked her through her assistant. And then when he finds out she's still with Jack and she says that she's not ending things with Jack while Jocelyn's in the WSB, the guy who had the, attitude of Joss is an adult, and if this is what she wants to do, I hate it, but okay.
Yeah.
Immediately went to Anna and said, we got to get Joss out of the WSB. And that is purely because he wants Carly away from Jack.
Yeah.
And I don't hate it. But anyway.
Well, yeah, no, I'm glad. And Yvonne put something in the chat. We will, welcome to the chat, Yvonne, but we will talk about that in a little bit. And it does make sense. That is something that has been overlooked.
It hasn't. It hasn't. And I have an answer for it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have an answer why she hasn't. Because they've said they showed her with social media. So
let me go ahead and kind of put it up there. Yvonne says something that's been bugging me. Brit and Spencer were close. As far as I know, she has been back. Since she has been back, she has not asked about him. He died after her death occurred.
Right, but they said that Brit had kept up on things. We saw her looking at her mother's social media. She was not surprised that Jason was alive. Brit knew things that had been going on with the people in her life. She knew Jason was alive. She was on her mother's social media. She had the internet. She had all of her social medias. She was looking at the picture of Rocco and her mom. Yep, she knew Spencer was dead already. That's why she didn't ask about him. Because it wasn't a surprise to her because she knew things.
And Brit probably would not have been somebody that would have been welcome to go to, first of all, visit Nicholas in Bentonville to say, I'm sorry about Spencer, because as far as Nicholas knows, you know what I mean? So you're right. It's not, it really isn't at that point. She probably didn't know about Trina and Spencer.
Right. That stuff she wouldn't really have known. But his death, theoretically, in universe, would have been national news, especially because it happened in Paris.
Right. And she was in Croatia as far as we know. So
right. And she had all of the internet and stuff like that. And we saw her travel to Paris, so she could have done it other times as well.
Right.
So
and you didn't necessarily miss it, Yvonne. It was more along the lines of you kind of have to read between the lines a little bit, right? With the fact that she was able to keep up with the news, keep up with social media, so she would have had that information.
Her watching the nurses' ball, as Shauna said,
So, and Shauna, thank you for coming into the chat. She does say she was watching the nurses' ball on her computer. So. It really wasn't stated outright, but it's one of those things that, A, you kind of have to put two and two together yourself, but also B, based on the context of how they brought her back and how she was keeping up with things, that's one of those things where it's like, oh, she must already know X, Y, Z. So it's one of the problems with, and I'm not saying it's you, Yvonne, but it's one of those problems with people that fast forward through things. You miss stuff like this. So And no, I'm not saying that you're a fast forwarder.
You have to, and it wasn't like explicitly said, except, you know what I mean? It wasn't like she didn't say, oh, I've kept up on things. We just know that she did because she wasn't surprised Jason was dead, because we saw her watching the nurses' ball, because we saw her on her social media. We can extrapolate. You know what I mean? But if you're, you can miss her looking down at her phone and the picture them showing that she's on her social media. You can miss that they show her laptop and she's watching the nurses' ball because they then pan to her face. You know what I mean? It's easy to miss those things, but they did cover it with the
So, but yeah, so that, I mean, that's what that boils down to. I'm telling you, the Britt Westbourne story is getting good, and I like her. I'm sorry, but GH, we've said it before. We'll say it again. They're in sweeps week. They're deep in sweeps month, and um, they are sweeping up the drama for you because it is on fire.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Yes, it's going fantastic. We're going to see. Yeah, and Yvonne, you said I understand what you're saying. I mean, I missed her looking at social media. So that's one of those things where, you know, and this happens a lot because even with me, if I'm just kind of listening to the dialogue and not specifically watching the screen, if there's no dialogue, you do kind of miss. Because I remember there were a couple of times where, you know, Britt was looking at Facebook or their social media or whatever,
right?
And I just happened to glance up. There was no dialogue going on, but she was just kind of scrolling. So it does happen, and I'm guilty of it too. But it looks to me like this week, Emma and Gio and Rocco and Charlotte are going to get close, if not into the lab.
Yes.
And they're going to find out what Dalton and Britt are up to.
Yep.
And I'm glad, you know, and it's, how do you feel with the partnership of Dalton and Britt? How do you know, because Britt immediately goes to Sidwell when Dalton says, we got to get rid of Sidwell.
Right. I'm wondering if Britt thought she was getting tested.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm wondering if she thought that it was a test, and maybe it was. You know what I mean? It could have been.
Yeah.
We might find out that it was a test. You know, I think this is all a bunch of people who don't trust each other.
Yep. Exactly.
You know, there is no honor among thieves. Exactly. Yep. And I think that we'll see how it shakes out. I absolutely reject the premise that Britt is being forced to do anything. Even if doing this is the only way she gets those little meds or whatever, I'm sorry. That's not a good enough reason for putting James in danger, for putting Rocco in danger, for putting children in danger, which she is doing. You know, it's just, you know, I'm sorry. Good guys on soaps don't do that.
Right.
They don't sacrifice others to save themselves, and they especially don't sacrifice children. So I don't think they're playing her. And I mean, and she already, you know, she had gone to wanting to get her meds at, you know, the other prescriptions. And she said that, you know, that combination would also keep her symptoms at bay.
Yeah, exactly.
Which tells me she had other options. So Britt is not a prisoner. She's not being forced to do anything. She's choosing to do all of this.
Yes, I agree with you. I think she is definitely she's definitely choosing to do all this, especially because now it feels like this is her legacy to finish her father's work.
Right, exactly. And I don't think what she's working on is her meds. I think what she's working on, I think her father probably developed the meds because he also had Huntington's.
Yep.
But I think what she is working on is whatever evil project it was.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I liked how Anna had asked Jason specifically, I need you to tell me if Cesar Faison is alive.
Yeah.
And he's like, I shot him. He's
dead. Exactly. He's like, you got to understand, the man had a gun to Carly's head. He's dead. He's dead.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I've seen a lot of speculation online about Finola Hughes.
Yes.
So a lot of people know she canceled a whole bunch of events.
Yep.
I mean, she was supposed to be at Samantha's Friends as well, right?
Yeah, she was.
And she was supposed to be at Graceland. She canceled all her Zooms and live appearances and stuff like that. And she was kidnapped, and we're not seeing her because Finola requested some time off. Now, From what I understand and from her social media, it still looks like she's teaching, because she teaches at, like, I think USC, and doing some directing and stuff. So that might be what it is. It could have also been, she's having issues with Tristan Rogers' death. I think hit her very hard, from what I heard as well. But she asked for time off, and that's why she canceled all her events, and that's why Anna was kidnapped. And we haven't seen her. I mean, they may have, we may see her like in a room yelling at some voice here and there, because they might have filmed stuff like that, but we won't. I don't know when she's coming back. I mean, it's possible she's already back. I don't know. I just know that she left because, they had her kidnapped because she asked for time off.
We've also, I mean, while we're talking about rumor and innuendo, I've heard rumors myself that Anders Hove has been on set.
No.
Okay, so those
I checked. I meant to tell you that. I checked. It's not true.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one debunk.
Okay, with a caveat. I was told by a set source who sees every actor who comes on set. They're a crew member. I was told by them that and actually when I asked, they laughed.
Okay.
However, they could be covering. There is a small chance that they are covering, but I really think that if that's what it would have been. Oh, he was just visiting. Oh, you know what I mean. I don't think they would. Because it was like a surprise. Like what? But we'll see.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, if it is, they could be kayfabing too. So it is just covering it up.
Exactly. As far as I know, it is false. Right. And I would guess that he's not coming back.
Yeah.
I know that he still does appearances occasionally at like a fan events and stuff like that, but the man is old, the man is retired, and the man lives in Europe.
Yeah.
Like Tony Geary.
Yeah.
And
we saw it on Friday. We saw the gentleman from the Call of Duty franchise with Felicia. I almost thought that was going to be a recast Faison.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, that was really funny. All of the people going, "How do they have money for him?" Because he's a big primetime. How do they have money for the movie guy? The guy that's a big actor. Yeah, it was so funny. And then it turned out it was just an ad.
Yeah, it was.
Which I love. You know that I love soap opera product placement.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a
big fan.
I was not expecting that at all.
Nobody was.
Bob asks, do you think Jack has anything to do with Anna's kidnapping? If not, who do you think it is?
See, I don't know that Jack does, because he got the phone call.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which was obviously Anna's voice. And so I don't know that he's involved in this. Honestly, I think Faison is dead.
Yes.
I'm wondering if Alex is alive.
That's a possibility.
Anna's twin sister. Because she died the same way Jason did the first time.
Yeah.
Getting shot and falling into the harbor. And I'm pretty sure her body was never recovered.
Yeah, that's very true.
So it could be Anna or Alex. And Alex was connected to Faison. They were Peter's parents.
Yeah.
So
either way, this story is getting good, because we have, like, obviously with Faison is being dead, but it's still like Faison's legacy lives on through Bret and now Nathan, and we still don't know what Nathan's story is.
Yes.
Is it brainwashing? Is it memory mapping? Is it someone completely different in a Nathan disguise? We don't know what is going on. I mean, I wouldn't put it past, let's say if Peter is still alive, I wouldn't put it past him taking a page out of Faison's book and using one of those rubber masks like Faison did with Duke.
Yeah. That is absolutely, totally possible. Without a doubt. That could absolutely be possible.
Yeah.
I would laugh if it was Peter. Just because, I don't have the problems with Wes Ramsey so many had. So I'd be fine. I would be fine with it being Peter.
And no, it's not because he's in a relationship with Laura Wright in real life.
Exactly. Because if that's what it was, then he never would have left.
Right. And it's because I like the way that he portrayed Peter. I don't understand all the Peter hate. I don't understand it.
Well, I mean, there were absolutely times where he was really campy, and I get that, but it's a soap opera. That's kind of, those things that happen, and people need to just, God, I can't with.
All right, so Shauna is catching up on the chat. Shauna says, I think he made the phone call, and what we heard was him checking to see if the AI was good enough. That's a possibility.
It is a possibility. I just don't know if we would have already known about that. You know what I mean? Because usually with,
I mean, it also could have been that, that Jack put two and two together when he heard the voice, knowing that it's AI, and could have, could know that she's not whatever.
Right.
And then, Bob also said the voice sounded like Pascal, Sidwell's butler. Well, Pascal was the guy at the Five Poppies, and now he is in Port Charles. And hi, Nathan. Welcome to the chat. Hey, Donna.
And it could absolutely be Pascal. You know what I mean? It could be, Sidwell could absolutely be behind this.
Yeah.
My thing is that, I don't know. My thing with Jack, too, is that I think that if it was Jack, he wouldn't have gone and said Anna's in trouble to anybody. He would have waited until they told him and been like, oh, because that buys him time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
No, I agree with Shauna. It's hard for me to believe that Brennan, because Brennan believes she just took off.
Yeah.
So. And Donna says Jack knows more than he's. Of course, Jack knows more than we know, and that we know him to know.
Right.
And for those of you who are just joining us on YouTube, there is that little there's that little icon down there for a super chat and super thanks and super stickers. You can go ahead and support the show now. We have officially become monetized, become a YouTube partner. So if you like what we're doing and you want to help support the show, go ahead and send us a super chat or a super thanks if you're watching the replay.
Yes. So that I can live in the lifestyle to which I would really like to become accustomed. Just kidding.
Donna, we'll get there. Don't worry. Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah, to put a sock in it. Yeah, we're getting there. So, I mean, that Jack is.
Oh, I like him. I like him because I said from the very beginning, when Chris McKenna took over, he brought out more of the darkness than Charles Measure did.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, I mean, Chris McKenna can be flirty and fun.
Yeah.
But the thing with Charles Measure is that his acting, he was always charming, even when he was a bad guy.
Yep.
Chris McKenna can turn that charm off.
Yes.
And that's the true sign of a bad guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Is that, that charming persona is, fake.
Yep. Exactly. So either way, I do want to, I want to give Chris McKenna his props for coming in and taking over that role. Just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Anna being gone now for a while, it seems, and being, so they're going to try to find her, but I mean, it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be a very slow, reveal, which is fine, whatever, because the cover story is still there. So now, and this being in one of the biggest stories, the biggest cases for the PCPD and Who Shot Drew. So who when are we going to see Mac in that role again as acting commissioner?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's possible. It's absolutely possible that we see that with Anna gone.
Yeah. So
I really think it was Willow.
I do too.
I
Agreed.
do. Like today with Chase, that girl's playing games.
Oh,
I
Willow.
think she killed or she shot Drew, and she damn well knows it. And she's
Yeah,
just, yeah,
I I really think it was Willow as well because it's just it comes down to the point where you have to look at all of the facts and you know I just can't buy. First of all, I think when Nina um I think when Nina lied to give Willow the alibi. I think
hmm
Willow was caught off guard because Willow's like, nope, did she see me?
right,
You know what I
exactly,
mean? Almost like, oh, I know I did it. Why is she saying that I was with her?
right.
So it's and now that the alibi has been blown,
hmm
now she's like, wait a minute, you were supposed to give me my alibi. What are you doing?
Right, exactly.
So it's a very tricky situation for Willow.
Um, did anybody else see Nina a little surprised today by Michael saying that she could see the kids?
I
She
mean
seemed a little bit caught off guard by that, like she was expecting, like it was a moment of, oh, he's not the asshole that I've been painting him as. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's interesting.
Hmm.
I think Michael saw Willow shoot Drew as well. And originally he was going to cover for her, which is why he didn't say anything. And then when she tried to frame him for it, he was like,
Right.
yeah, I'm done. But he can't come forward and say he saw her because he's already said that he was with,
With Lucinda,
Lucinda.
yeah.
So, he'd be screwing himself by coming forward and saying that he saw her shoot Drew.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So I mean, he gets an alibi to cover himself, and in fact, he witnessed what happened, and
yeah.
now he's screwed to the point where
Right.
he can't even say anything.
And I really think that that's why he doesn't want somebody else going down for it.
Yeah,
Because he's pushing back against Sonny. He doesn't want somebody else going down because he knows Willow did it.
yeah,
So he doesn't want, even if there are other suspects, he knows that,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
didn't do it.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's I can't wait until I watch today's episode.
Oh, you haven't watched it? Okay, never mind. So
No.
you told me that. Good Lord, this caffeine needs to kick in a little quicker.
I have to watch the Hulu version, so I'll be able to do that tonight afterwards. So
Okay.
either way,
Yes. We'll talk about today next week.
yeah. And okay, so let's go ahead and kind of pull up, talk about the double turn, as I like to call it. Tracy and Ronnie. And, for those of you who are my wrestling fans out there, and if you remember WrestleMania 12, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hitman Hart in a submission match, the double turn where Steve Austin came out in Steve Austin came out as a babyface, Bret Hart came out as a heel. It was a double turn, and Ronnie and Tracy pulled that off perfectly because we see Ronnie come out of it on Monday where she ripped up the contract to sell the house to Drew, and then Tracy comes in with the will that gives her the house. Yeah. And it's like, well, and all the quartermans are like, well, Ronnie ripped it up. She wasn't going to do it. Well, because she felt me coming with the right will, and she knew she would. Oh my God! It just absolutely hilarious.
So funny. Yeah. It's that scene was great, and the Outback thing was great, but
yeah,
my favorite thing with the two of them was when Tracy called her over.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked, Jane Elliot, my kids are blowing up our group chat, not with me, with each other being ridiculous. Sorry. Jane Elliot made Tracy look like it was physically painful for her.
Yes, I agree. Yes.
I was cackling. That was just, and like, and Ronnie just like, you can't admit you did anything wrong. And Tracy's like, because I didn't. But you know what I mean? But she did.
Yes.
And yes, Ronnie was wrong too, but so was Tracy, you know, jumping on Ronnie immediately. And it was just, I really loved that exchange between the two of them.
Oh my God, it was fantastic.
So,
you know, and it's just
yeah.
the way that she went off on Ronnie, and Ronnie's like, you know what, I do have something to say, and blah blah, and says everything that ends with, "Oh, put a sock in it,"
and then like
and Tracy just melts.
It looked like a gut punch for Tracy because Monica always said that to her, and she was just like, it's like that was the first time she really saw her as Monica's sister.
Yes, exactly.
You know, and it's funny that the first time she saw her as Monica's sister was when she yelled at her the way Monica used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like a loving thing. It was it was when Monica got sick of her shit too.
Yeah.
and that was very, very fitting as well. It really was.
And I'm glad that it came full circle. Like the way that they wrote the entire run for Erika Slezak, and I know it was Jane Elliott's idea, you know, the story. But the way that, you know, they wrote it, the way that everything came full circle, it was like just Ronnie being accepted by the Quartermains and them fighting for her. Tracy kicks everybody out of the house. You know, Ronnie becomes a babyface. Tracy becomes a heel. And then, you know, they come together again and they're bickering and you know, I have to give Erika Slezak credit because, I mean, obviously she's a fantastic actor.
Mm-hmm.
Marty, you can go out now. Sorry, my dog was laying under the table.
It's all right. We're good.
But the way that Erika Slezak reacted when the real will was read, and she's like, you know, she got the necklace, but also money for a house.
Money for the house in the place that Monica knew she loved.
Yeah.
And that was very, very touching.
It was.
You know, and it wasn't even it wasn't even about the money for her. It's that her sister, you know, she had told her sister that, and her sister remembered it.
Yeah.
That place meant something to her. And, you know, and it truly was just, you know, she really just wanted to know her sister better. That's why she came. Mm-hmm. And I love that they left the door open.
I do too.
You know, and I hope that we see her again.
Yes. Yeah, it is great that they left the door open for a return for Erika Slezak. You know, and you know what? We can get used to the character of Ronnie. She doesn't have to be Vicky Lord or Vicky
Oh God. You know. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was pretty I mean, I'll never love the fact that they made her a sister that Monica knew about.
Yeah.
Because it deviates so much from Monica's backstory. I would have preferred that it was somebody that she had connected with, that she had, you know, no memories of as a small child of, or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Rewrites, retcons, they bite us all in the ass. No one is immune. This one bit me. And I'll live with it because it really gave us some really good shit.
It did.
It did.
Yeah. It really did. It gave us some great, you know, some great topics to talk about, but also it's just some great drama, great soapiness from two fantastic veterans of the genre. It was just absolutely great. And you know what? It helped to soften Gio and the, you know, Brooklyn and Dante dynamic a little bit, you know, with Gio wanting to go help the Q's pack, and then they find out, oh, well, we don't have to worry about it now.
Yeah.
And you're right, Donna. I agree. Gio telling her that she's a matriarch now, and that conversation that, you know, Gio had with Tracy kind of softened her a little bit.
Yeah. Guys, don't say anything in the chat about today. I want his reaction after he watches it.
I mean, I've seen some news about today's episode online already, so I mean, I know some things of what happened.
I know, but you got to actually like see it. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and watch that after we're done.
Yeah.
But either way, folks, if you're newly joining us now, we are. You can go ahead and send us a super chat or a super thanks or a super sticker. We have the option now on YouTube. So if you're not watching on YouTube, feel free to go to YouTube. Just go to suds-media.com and it brings you to our YouTube channel. And you can go ahead and give us those super chats and super whatever and help support the network. And as I said, because these podcastathon got knocked out early because of power issues, we're keeping the donations open until Thursday, when Kim and I interview Courtney Marie Warner, and her husband Charles Shrem on our next episode of Dockside at the Bay. So we're going to go ahead and keep that those donations open. As of right now, we're at $225, well short of the $700 challenge that I gave everybody and what I wanted to, but every little bit counts. So we're very thankful for what we did raise this year.
Yes.
And the donations are still open, so they can still come.
Yes.
All right. So moving on, we have we might as well get it out of the way now. The Jordan, Portia, Curtis, Isaiah triangle.
Oh, sorry. What were you talking about? Sorry, I dozed off a minute there. What were you talking about?
Yeah, the
I mean,
most boring story they have going on right now.
And I mean, on paper, it should be really, really, really exciting.
Yes.
But Isaiah is pretty but boring. Curtis is a entire dumpster of a man and not worth any woman crying or fighting over him.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't. I mean, Isaiah is really, really pretty, but again, he's boring.
Yes.
And Portia, I mean, I really like Jordan. Portia kind of annoys the crap out of me on the regular,
yes.
But, she's still, much, much better than Curtis deserves.
Agreed.
So I have a really hard time being invested in this.
I agree. It's, first of all, they really don't need to do Curtis Jordan 2.0. They don't need to do that again, because it's like, give Jordan somebody else.
Why can't, if they're going to be fighting over a man, why can't it be fine ass Isaiah?
Right. Why?
At least he's not a dumpster fire of a man.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's more along the lines of, because Trina specifically went to Jordan to stay out of her parents' marriage, why wouldn't Trina go to Isaiah and say, stay out of my parents' marriage? You know what I mean? It's like, they could have done that. And because they're doing the Who's the Daddy story with Portia's baby. Yeah, so it is.
The sad thing is that I'm pretty sure I know who the father is, because I know who asked for this story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming, is it going to be Isaiah the father?
No, it's the dumpster fire.
Oh.
He wanted Curtis to have another baby.
Oh, wow.
I'm not saying, no, wait, I should rephrase that. It is the portrayer of the dumpster fire. I wasn't calling him a dumpster fire. I was calling his character one. Yeah, the actor wanted Curtis to have another baby. Maybe he's feeling old. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, he decided he wanted Curtis to have another child.
So Bob comes in and says Isaiah could be a dumpster fire. We don't really know anything about him, which is true.
That's true. I want him. I'm like that meme, poking him with a stick. Do something.
Yeah.
Do something. At this point, I'll take Dumpster Fire because he's so boring.
Yeah, and Isaiah Jordan were fun to watch on it, John.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Agreed. Donnell seeks ways to make his character relevant. Thank you, Donna. And I get it because to them it's like it's job security to be in a really major storyline. So if they're not going, and if they're not going to really be major, then they could be the next on the drop down to recurring or on the chopping block or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I understand that, but you got to think about what the viewers really want.
Yeah, you really do, especially me. They have to think about what I want.
Well, you've got the in to Nathan Varney, so.
Yeah, right. Oh, believe me, that I won't be. Believe me, if I get to talk to him about what storyline I want, Curtis will not enter the chat. I assure you. Curtis absolutely will not enter the chat. I don't care.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So now that we got that completely out of the way, how about the Alexis and Drew scenes in the office? That Drew walks in with Alexis talking to Sonny, and they're talking about Halloween, and it's a year since
Sam died.
Yeah, Sam. Thank you. A year since Sam died, which Kelly Monaco's people still have not responded to me. So I doubt that's ever going to come to fruition. But we did get a little piece of interest. But yeah, it's been a year since Sam died. Scout needs the support, and then Drew asks Alexis, "Who's going to be there?"
I get Drew hates Jason. I do.
Yes.
The thing with Danny, though, it bugs me because he thought he was that kid's father. You know what I mean? He thought for a long time. And he stayed close to Danny.
Yes.
So that is that part of it just is really weirdly bizarre to me, especially because, I get the whole, he's just doing it for revenge on Jason, but every chance he gets, he talks about how Jason doesn't even care about Danny. So the better revenge would be embracing the child.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Drew has been suffering from Jason derangement syndrome, to coin a popular political term, and change it a little bit.
He has, but it's actually a real thing with Drew, and it's been since he found out that he was not Jason.
Exactly. Yeah.
The moment he found out he was not Jason, he was fixated, and they had their moments where they went back and forth about it. But even still, literally, the very second he finds out Jason is alive, he dumps Carly. Doesn't even give her a chance to fuck up.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
All right, Donna said, "Is there a petition to get rid of Drew?"
There is a change.org petition, but I'm not signing it. I don't want to get rid of Drew.
No, me either. Not at all. I'm sorry. I quote tweeted somebody who said, sign the petition to get rid of Drew, and I'm like,
yeah.
No, I'm like, that just shows he's doing his job right.
Exactly. I know. I saw that too. I was like, no, shan't.
And not to mention, these people are only online, so they're not even going to pay attention to the change.org.
They could have 500,000 signatures on that petition.
Yeah.
And Frank would use it to wipe his ass. Guys, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Exactly.
You're just making yourself sad.
And it's the most interesting that the character of Drew has ever been. I'm sorry, you need villains. And nowadays, most of the people online are too soft to realize true villainy.
Right. And, and the thing is that, and it's not even there are murderers on this show.
Yes. Yes.
He is acting like Edward, Tracy, and AJ. He is I won't say if they all had a baby because that would be really weird. But if they went into some Cassadine melding machine, Drew is what would come out.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
So, yeah.
Shauna says, I think they're missing the point with Danny. All they need is one scene with Drew saying, if I were still his father, Danny would be different, spelling out the hurt and jealousy that Drew feels. But Drew's not going to admit that.
And I think they've said plenty to show that he's very jealous of Jason.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Aisha, welcome to the chat. She chimes in and says, with Pascal at Windermere, will Jordan finally get some intel on Sidwell? One can only hope.
I mean, maybe, but Jordan sadly was in the PCPD, which kind of precludes her from ever being able to solve a crime.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Exactly.
It's going to have to be somebody like frickin' Emma.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Scooby Gang or something because,
Yes. Well, if it wasn't for those damn kids.
Exactly.
Oh, now wouldn't it have been funny if they dressed up? It wouldn't have been funny if for the Halloween episode, those four dressed up as the Scooby-Doo gang and out back was Scooby-Doo.
That would be really hysterical.
Donna says she's, I'm considering a counter petition.
He's not save your energy. He's not going to look at the counter petition either.
No.
And just
all right, how much danger is Lucas in?
Oh, he's in a lot of danger. Actually, it'll probably be Lucas that accidentally gets the you know what I mean? Agreed. It's gonna be Lucas stumbling upon something. Yep. I also think that could also be a Marco redemption thing.
It could be, yeah.
I think they could do a Marco redemption arc with him realizing that Lucas is in danger from his father and him stopping his father and saving Lucas.
Yes.
So yeah, he's definitely in danger, and he's definitely going to stumble upon something.
Yes. Agreed. He definitely will. So I'm actually shocked that we haven't seen Ezra Boyle actively campaigning against Laura for mayor. Like, I understand the character was, a bit part or whatever, but why haven't we seen it? Like, it's like when Laura and Ned were going up against each other for mayor, we saw a lot of campaigning, and we saw how Spencer rigged the election, of course. But why haven't we seen Ezra? Why haven't we seen him? Like, obviously, Drew is doing the majority of this.
I mean, honestly, we haven't even seen Laura that much.
No, you're right. We haven't.
You know what I mean? So that's probably why we haven't seen Ezra. I'm assuming we'll see him more going, a few times going forward. But I think it's because we haven't seen Laura, because Jeannie was, doing her Jeannie thing.
And I agree with Shauna. I want to see Perry Shen back in the mix with this. All the players involved, Bret, Marcus, Lucas, or Marco, Bret, Marco, Lucas. It's time for Brad to come back. I agree. Perry Shen is always on good terms with the show, so I don't see why they wouldn't, especially if he wants to come back saying that he spent all the money that Drew gave him.
Right.
So.
Right. I think that we'll see Brad back.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to go back to Brad and Lucas, because even if Marco's a bad guy, Brad is still a bad guy too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Even if they don't redeem Marco, they also haven't redeemed Brad.
I mean, could we see Brad redeemed with this story if they bring Brad back? I think they have more invested in Marco.
I mean, we could see Brad redeemed as a human being. I just don't know that there's anything he could do to erase everything he did to Lucas.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? I just don't know that Lucas could ever, especially because, they had, Lucas, softening towards him even after, which they never should have done after the Wiley thing. I really think that there are some things, even on a soap opera, that, are really, I think that was just a really, really bad. And it's something that Lucas is still very much feeling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But they had Lucas softening to him only for Brad to go, oh, yeah, I did this too. And then when Lucas ended it, Brad didn't try to redeem, he was like, all right, well, if I'm not getting what I want, then give me the money. Show me the money. It was just,
Yeah, Brad took the easy way out one too many times for that. Agreed. So Donna says there's only 203 signatures. All right, so
2.3 million, and Frank would not give a shit.
Right. All right, so Sean also says 2 rando theories. Ezra could have shot Drew, Michael keeping it a secret for leverage politically. Highly unlikely in my part, because Drew is the biggest supporter of Ezra. And then Brad shot Drew because he wouldn't pay him more. That would redeem Brad for most of the audience. Well, that may redeem Brad, but
it would redeeming Brad for the audience isn't
it's not the same as redeeming Brad on the show.
That's not the problem. The audience actually liked the character of Brad. Brad is a fan favorite. They don't need to redeem Brad for the audience.
No.
They need to redeem Brad for Lucas. And the fact that Brad shot Drew because he wouldn't give him more money would not achieve that for Brad.
Correct. Exactly.
Danny's not getting shot. That is a bullshit rumor that's going around. So there's a bullshit rumor going around that in her quest for revenge against Brennan, there's going to be a shootout and Danny's going to get shot and Jason will never forgive Carly for it.
What?
It's a bullshit rumor. It's absolutely not true.
It must have been started by one of those people from, overseas that posts on Facebook.
Oh, no. It's either a Jay Britt fan, a Jason and Sam fan, or a Jason and Liz fan. Or just a Carly hater. It's you know what I mean? That's who it is. Those are the people that do that crap. They're not. One, Carly thought she was the one who had run over Jake.
Yeah.
Herself personally.
Right.
Felt that she was the one who had run over Jake. And told Jason this. And he comforted her.
Right.
Danny she thought she had run over the kid and left him in the middle of the road. So something happening because Brennan's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And Danny getting shot. Jason would blame himself. He wouldn't blame Carly.
Right.
He'd blame himself for not taking Brennan out.
Exactly. Yeah.
He wouldn't blame Carly. Carly's not going to have a shootout with Brennan, and if she did, it would be her defending her life.
Exactly.
It's just stupid on its face. Not to mention the fact that I'm pretty sure that Laura Wright and Steve Burton would have a big lot to say about them breaking up the Jason and Carly friendship, with both of them are very, very passionate about.
Yeah.
All fan nonsense aside, Steve Burton is very, very committed to the Jason and Carly friendship and bond. He really is, and so is Laura Wright. The romance stuff aside, the bond, the friendship bond between them, the two of them would fight them.
Yeah. Exactly. No, completely agreed. So Don said, I don't think we'll see Brad because that would show love for the Brit, which I believe is missing.
Yeah. No, I could see Brad coming back because here's the thing too, is that they need her to have a partner in crime.
Yes. Exactly.
And I think they're going to give her that, but it's going to be, the bad guy, another bad guy.
Yeah.
And that's also where we'll see a lot more of her perspective.
I agree.
Because unless they have her monologue it, you know, we're not going to see it because she's not opening up to anybody. But she would to Bret. So, you know, because they have mutually assured destruction on each other kind of thing.
Agreed.
You know? So, yeah.
All right. So, let's see. We got 110 people currently watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we've got a lot of, people on YouTube as well. So if you are on YouTube, great news. If you want to support the show, you can go ahead and do a super chat or a super thanks, and or a super sticker as well, and you can support the show. You should be able to see a little icon with a dollar bill in it or a dollar sign in it. That does give you the super chat option to help out. And if you want to help out and support our show and our network, you can go ahead and click that button and send us whatever is comfortable for you. We don't ask for a lot, but whatever you feel that our brand of entertainment is worth for you. If you think we should be doing it for free, then that's fine. Not a big deal. All right. So Donna says, well, actually, before we get to that, because we've talked about Tracy and Ronnie already, but we might as well hop into our DeLorean and go backwards in time, because it's been a while since we've done this. So, folks,
we have,
and I'm sending you back to the future.
Sorry, I did not mean to cut you off.
It's okay. It's all right. I just was saying that I'm only going back to November 1st because otherwise it's an episode all upon itself. You know what I mean? So I'm going back to November 1st. So November 1st is where we start.
Yep.
1990, Felicia goes into labor with Maxie. And Frisco was annoying her. She was dressed as a clown, which was really funny when she went into labor because it was Halloween. And Frisco was annoying her so much that Tony ushered him, gave him busy work to get him out of there. Okay. November 2nd, 1981, Noah, Rick Springfield, and Bobby shared a romantic dinner. 1992, AJ was devastated when Nikki left him at the altar.
I don't know Nikki.
1998, what?
I don't know who Nikki is.
She was, she was one of AJ's girlfriends. Wow. She was not, a central, It wasn't, 1998, Tom was arrested after being revealed as Elizabeth's rapist and Emily's blackmailer.
Okay.
In 2009, Carly regained consciousness after Claudia had kidnapped her and crashed the car. And Claudia was still unconscious. Carly got out of the car and then went into labor. She gets to a cat, and let me tell you, my girl, she's in labor. She goes through the woods to a cabin, gets a fire started in labor. My girl's a bomb, okay? And then Claudia comes in, which kind of, But anyway, all right. November 3rd, 1987, Tony Jones and Lucy Coe kind of eloped. They kind of had a little quickie wedding. He had only I proposed to her a few episodes before that.
Yeah.
2003, Nicholas and Emily made love for the first time. 2004, Rick and Alexis got married.
Mm-hmm.
In 2008, Emma Scorpio Drake was born. And in 2009, Carly gave birth to Jocelyn.
Yep.
In 2014, we had Hello Wedding, where Franco exposed Carly's affair with Sonny and the fact that Sonny had murdered AJ to Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that was the end of that ugly ass necklace that actually Laura Wright has on her dressing room. They each have a little mailbox on the outside of their dressing room.
Yep.
And Laura Wright has the seeing eye necklace thing on hers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. November 4th, 2003. Xander and Elizabeth slept together, conceiving Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to leave the best part of this one for last. So I'm going to jump ahead just one more. 2014, after Nina had induced Ava's labor, Ava gave birth to Avery. And in 2005, Laura Wright debuted as Carly.
Yep.
It was amazing.
Yes, that was during the train crash.
During the train crash, yes, we just saw her, and we had that voiceover. The part of Carly Calinthos, or Carly Alcazar, is now being played by Laura Wright. And it was amazing. She had actually, a lot of people don't know this, but when Laura Wright was first thinking about or when Sarah Brown was first thinking about leaving, her and Laura Wright had run into each other in the bathroom at the Emmys. And Sarah Brown had said to her, "If I ever leave, you should become Carly."
Wow.
But Laura Wright was, committed to Guiding Light and yada, yada, yada. So, but yes. All right, now. Yes. November 5th, Felicia gave birth to Maxie. And Maxie's full name is Mariah Maximiliana, which is after Felicia's grandmother and a tribute to her Aztec princess heritage. And that's how they got Maxie.
See, and I thought it was because of Mac.
No, her and Mac weren't together yet.
No, I know, but well, that's true. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, Tony was Frisco's brother, not Mac.
Right.
Mac and Robert are brothers.
Right.
In 1996, Sonny interrupted Brenda's wedding to Jax when he showed up with Jax's presumed dead wife, Miranda. Brenda and Jax were technically already married, but they were having like the big wedding at the Q Mansion in front of their friends and family.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so that their marriage was undone and done with Miranda. 11/6, Michael killed Claudia.
Yep.
Axe to the head, and then Jason dumped her body in a hole in the woods.
Okay.
In 2015, as Elizabeth waited for Jake at the church for their wedding, Carly was telling him he was really Jason.
Yep.
Then we fast forward to November 7th, 2017. Dante proposed to his ex-wife Lulu, and she accepted. November 8th. Okay, so this one isn't a General Hospital one, but it's a very important day in soap opera history. In 1965, Days of Our Lives premiered.
Yes. Yes, because during our podcast-a-thon, Tony Moore was hosting the Days of Our Lives 60th anniversary on Edition Days YouTube channel.
Yes. In 2002, Rick Hurst made his General Hospital debut as Rick Lansing.
Yep.
November 9th. In 2004, Sam's baby with Sonny had died. And she was unconscious, and she suddenly took a turn for the worst, and the doctors were trying to stabilize her. And Alexis, the baby had already died, and Alexis was pleading with Sonny to authorize the procedure that would harvest the stem cells from the baby's umbilical cord because Christina desperately needed them. And Sonny gave the okay. And arguing over those stem cells was what had put Sam into early labor.
Wow.
Yeah. We come to November 10th. Now, I'm going to leave the biggest one for the end again, so this will be slightly out of order. 1983, the election results come in, and Luke was announced as the new mayor of Port Charles.
Oh, so both Luke and Laura have been mayor.
Yes. In 1995, Robin found out that she was HIV positive. Alan had told her. She wasn't sure if she was going to tell Stone, but ultimately she decided to, so she didn't want them to be any secrets between them before he died. In 2005, Molly was born. And she was born, Alexis had gone into labor during the train crash.
Yep, I remember that.
Robin had to do an emergency C-section. Now, I take you to 1981. November 10th, 1981. Elizabeth Taylor made her General Hospital debut as Helena Cassadine. She had asked to come on.
Yes.
She was a huge fan of the show, a huge fan of Luke and Laura, and she wanted to be involved in their wedding.
Yep.
Tony Geary said that he said at the time that this was back when she was married, this is a quote, to Senator John Warner, and wasn't very happy sitting on his farm in Virginia. She told me that GH, especially the Ice Princess story, took her out of her lethargy every afternoon. Luke and Laura's love story made Elizabeth feel very nostalgic. She said it reminded her of her youth and the great romance films of the old story studios.
Mm-hmm.
And then after her appearance, he said, we suddenly had a glut of big names wanting to be on GH. But then executive producer Gloria Monty said, no, I don't need stars. I make them. And then he said, Helena has tied and come back more often than I've had a glass of wine. There's a reason for that longevity. The character was born of magnificence. And I love that. So.
All right. We got our first super chat.
Oh, thank you, Amanda. I love you.
Saying Angela explains it all. So
yes.
That's how easy a super chat is, folks.
Yes.
And now I know we do get to see it. So,
so that is your 10 days in November General Hospital history.
Yes, absolutely. So what's cool is that they actually remembered Maxie's birthday for Halloween this year.
Yes.
And
yes.
Absolutely fantastic. So just, absolutely fantastic, as they've always done. And the fact that what you call it. And thank you, Daisy. I appreciate that as well. Thank you for your super chat as well. I do appreciate that. And the fact that Felicia went into labor with Maxie on November 1st, but yet they retconned her.
Halloween still. Yes.
I mean, we know that days can go for, days or whatever.
Exactly. Well, I mean, her labor also spanned a whole weekend or something too.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it happens, but it was nice to see them celebrate Maxie's birthday with James, for James to blow out the candle, and I like how they're teasing the tension with Nathan and Spinelli, and how Spinelli said something to or Nathan said, is that your nice way of saying to butt out?
Yeah.
What are my intentions regarding?
I also have to say, Cody really just grows on me more and more and more. I like Cody, but he grows on me more and more and more. And when he, the whole thing about wanting to carry the cupcakes from Molly, and she was not picking up on it.
Yes.
And really, he was just trying to, get James to be with his dad a little bit. It was so funny.
Yes, it was.
He's like, you're real clumsy, and these are special cupcakes. And that was
And folks, that is actually our what the fudge moment of the week, is just the way that the way that Cody was trying to get Molly to understand, what he was doing with the cupcakes, to try to kind of excuse himself from the situation, and how he explained to, Molly, like, I was doing that because James is so focused on me and he deserves time to get to know his dad. And Molly's like, oh, so that was very sweet of you to do. And I love the chemistry that Cody and Molly have. And yes, the big short that I put up this past week was about my talking about whether it was going to be Collie or Moldy as the ship name for Cody and Molly. And I love that chemistry, because Cody does go ahead and soften Molly a little bit, who Molly's very, very stringent. But the way he was like, these are special cupcakes and I need to help her out to the car. Molly, no, I don't need help. But it was fantastic. I liked it.
Yes. I don't know who finds Ned. I'm a little confused about the whole Ned thing because of the promo. Oh, shoot, Daisy, we weren't supposed to talk about this.
She came in late. She didn't realize
okay.
This episode.
Vinny hasn't seen Today yet. And I don't know who finds him, because it's weird, because We know that Gio and the Scooby Gang are at the lab.
Yeah. I haven't seen today's episode. I'm one of the YouTube TV castaways, so I have to wait until Hulu comes up. And I just haven't had a chance to get anything else. So,
yes.
So yeah, that's what that boils down to. And I do appreciate, I trust me, I saw the spoilers online and people posting the videos of Ned falling down and Drew walking away and all the. I saw, but I do want to actually see the show myself.
It's all good, Daisy Flower. No, I don't know who finds him. I'm not sure. It's weird to me because Gio's in Bobby's, but I don't know. It's weird. We'll see we're going to have to see how it plays out.
Yeah. And folks, that was your What the Fudge moment of the week. What the Fudge, obviously homemade confections, is made in a cottage kitchen, so they can't ship, but might find ways around that for the holidays. But the fudge is fantastic, and she's working on biscotti going for after the holidays, and I absolutely love the chocolate lemon fudge myself. And I do like the birthday cake fudge and just every kind of fudge out there. She made a Rocky Road fudge that's absolutely fantastic. It's one of her newer flavors. If you're in the New Haven, Connecticut area and want to do a drop-off point or meet somewhere, or if you're out of town and you're traveling through Connecticut, go to whatthefudgect.com or go to facebook.com/whatthefudgect. Shoot her an email. Get a location drop. Set up a time to meet, whatever the case is. Fudge makes great gifts for people, whether you like chocolate lemon or just regular chocolate or chocolate with nuts or any of the other flavors that she offers. Check it out and use code SUDS for 10% off your purchase. Again, use code SUDS for 10% off your purchase. And like I said, she can't ship right now, but we'll try to figure that out. But either way, you could set up a drop off at all as well. All right. So back to the Ned situation. Steve asks, I hope he doesn't wake up as Eddie Main again. I think we're all hoping that.
Yeah, I don't think he'll wake up as Eddie Main again. It wasn't really a bump his head kind of thing.
Right.
So.
Daisy asks, any Sophia news?
No, not yet. I'm waiting to see if anything comes out of the Zoom that she has with Rory coming up.
And folks, Rory Gibson is going to be at the Samantha's Friends event in May that's themed for Arabian Nights. I forget the exact date, but I believe it's early May. So you can get your tickets now. Alice said that the VIP meet and greet on Saturday is already sold out. The tickets for the brunch are going fast. There's a few seats left. So check it out. It's Rory Gibson is going to be one of the featured celebrity guests at the next Samantha's Friends event in May. So check it out. SamanthasFriends.org as well. All right. So what have we missed? Let's see. Trying to figure out what we may have missed for this week. All right. Let's see. So how about the scene where Jason and Bret actually go to the Brown Dog and they're talking about all different things and Jason.
Before we get there, let's talk about Bret and Elizabeth's scenes.
Okay. Yes.
Where she was trying to rub something into Liz's face. First, she said, that she got one over on Carly, which she absolutely did not, but okay. And then her whole, and I have a new car coming, courtesy of Jason, making it sound like Jason was paying for the car.
Yeah.
Like she was trying to do that to get under Liz's skin. It was really bizarre and weird.
Yeah, it was. Like, why go after Elizabeth for Elizabeth's one-night stand with Jason from years ago?
Or even if it was more than that, they have a kid and whatever.
Yeah.
She's not with Jason. She doesn't want to be with Jason. And the bitch lied.
Right, exactly.
Yes, Jason did offer to buy her the car, but she said no. So
Right.
all he did was co-sign a car loan for her.
Yes, exactly.
And then it was really funny that he didn't want her to drive it.
Yeah. Probably because they would sue Jason because of the insurance.
I know, right? And then him, putting Drew on his ass was always great.
Oh, yeah.
I also liked him not giving her alcohol. Like,
Yes.
I need you sober. I need to quiz you with this, which to me really said that the whole thing was not a setup, but kind of a setup because he wanted the information.
Yeah.
The whole thing was him trying to butter her up to get the information.
Yeah.
And then they make the deal, and then she doesn't want to talk about any of that. And then she immediately breaks. I'm just like, boy, you are too stupid to live. How do you not drown in the shower some mornings? But whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. I liked how when Drew was gloating over Tracy and Jason comes in and kicks the cane out from under.
Oh my God. That was so
hilarious.
freaking funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Tracy's like, well, it's too little, too late. And,
right.
He's going to, because he was going to sell the house, whatever. That was absolutely hilarious. I really feel like Drew with the cane just makes the whole character that much better.
Oh, yeah. Because also, this man is not fully healed.
No.
But he is not going to rest and miss an opportunity to be an absolute douchebag.
Yes, exactly.
Power through the pain.
Yeah.
Be a douchebag. And you got to respect that commitment to the bit.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. But Drew Kane, excuse me, he has been a thorn in the side of the Quartermaines this entire time.
Yeah.
It's been great. I just I can't wait. Now, do you really think that Drew knows that Willow shot him? I mean, we've kind of thrown that idea around, but do you think that he really knows that Willow shot him?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you think it was her phone with Scout's ringtone that Drew may have heard, or was it his phone?
No, I think it was his phone. See, I think that no, because it was in like between the first and second shot. I think that it was the phone. At first, I had thought that she had called his phone to see where he was in the room. I think it was just Scout calling him, and that's what made her not kill him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you don't think it was Willow's phone that had the ringtone that kind of snapped her out of it? All right.
No.
So Daisy Flower asks, does Carly really believe Joss will leave the WSB? Now, as far as I know, I mean, Carly obviously knows, but does she think that Joss
I don't know that she knows. I don't know that Carly thinks that Joss will leave the WSB. I think that she wants her to, but I also think that when she told Jason that she can't break up with Jack until Joss was out of the WSB, she was kind of being a little disingenuous, because the thing is too is that Carly wants revenge on Jack.
Of course, yes.
She wants Joss out of the WSB, but she also heard what Joss said about the WSB, and it really affected her. However, Jack still got it coming. Yeah. And I think that is more about, you know what I mean? But she's not going to say that to Jason.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't pick up on it, because usually he does. But I don't think that it's untrue that she would like Joss out of the WSB, because Joss is her daughter and the WSB is dangerous.
Yes.
But this is also, Jack has it coming.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, for Carly.
Yeah. All right. So, we did get another scene this week with Valentine, with Carly and Valentine. Carly dressed up in the wig and glasses.
Yes, I would like them together without the wig, but I'm here
At some
for
point, perhaps. But just the way that it works out, and Carly's going to try to get Valentine stateside
right.
into a prison in the States. And I guess Lulu has also heard that because she told Charlotte that it's going to be easier for Charlotte to see her father. And, so who knows? Maybe we'll get to see, Valentine on more often. I mean, obviously, we know he's recurring, and, it's got to be an arc. I'm wondering if they brought James Patrick Stewart back because Anna or Viola Hughes asked for time off.
No, I think they were always going to.
Okay.
I think they were always going to. I think he was always going to be a part of this story.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, considering that, Valentine took the fall for Pikeman and ended up going to prison for it. So, yeah, it makes sense that he would want to help Jack out or help Carly out to
Right.
out Jack, so to speak.
Yep.
Either way, I like and I know this is going to hate people. People are going to hate this, but I like the Carly-centric storyline. I like the fact that they're focusing on her and her trying to take Jack out of the picture and kind of get revenge on Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the haters are going to be out in force, so don't come at me with the pitchforks. She
I'll
deserves
protect
the
you.
story. she deserves the story, and she is a lead character.
Yeah, she is. And I mean, like it, don't like it. The character of Carly drives story.
She does.
She is a dynamic character. She's never boring.
Yep.
She's unpredictable. And yes, there's been a lot of growth over the past, 30 years ish that she's been on the show. Almost 30 years she's been on the show for the character. But she's still Carly. And she's all, and before, when she first came on the show, it was her desperate for a family that drove her to do the crazy things she did. And at the base of it was always her desperation for a family. And now she has that family.
Yes.
She was, went to the ends of the earth to have love and acceptance from from a family. She is not going to let anything happen. She is going to protect them till her dying breath.
Exactly.
And God help anybody who gets in her way.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Carly, that's the beauty of Carly.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
So,
Aisha asks, Brit isn't going to want to park the Mercedes at Bobby, so how long before she asks Jason to go sign for a luxury condo? How many times has Jason offered to pay for her to have a good place to live?
Actually, I don't think he has. He hasn't. She keeps complaining about Bobby's.
Yeah,
he hasn't offered to put her up anywhere else.
Well, that's true. Okay, that makes sense.
He hasn't. He's like, because the thing is that Bobby's is safe.
Yep.
And quite frankly, she's being a bitch.
Yeah, she is.
Lucky he did that. The story is that he wanted to drug Ronnie.
Yeah.
He wanted to drug Ronnie.
Yeah.
That's why he went there, was to drug Ronnie, to make her act out and get into the fight with Tracy.
Yeah, like that whole part of the story was a little convoluted because I'm assuming that she originally didn't want to sell the house to Drew. And once once he drugged her, like she went along with it. But it still doesn't, I still don't understand why he went over to drug her. Because if she was all in after the crypt incident, after, the time of Tracy finding her in the crypt, like, why would he have to drug her to get her to go?
I don't think he drugged her to get her to go along with it. I think he drugged her to get her and Tracy to have the fight for her to kick Tracy out.
Oh, okay.
He did this whole thing to fuck with Tracy. That was his entire reason for this. So he didn't want her sitting happy in that house. He wanted Tracy unhappy.
Okay. Now that does make sense. That makes a little more sense. All right,
Yeah.
because I was trying to put those two pieces together.
No.
I was trying to figure out what that was all about. So, all right. So that's that. And we never even finished talking about the Alexis and Drew conversation from Halloween,
Yeah.
where Drew asked Alexis, "Well, who's going to be at your house tonight?" And that's when. Okay, so we've talked about this already, Jennifer. You can go back.
No,
They're not going to kill off Danny.
It's a false rumor. The rumor isn't just that they're going to kill off Danny. It's that he's going to get shot and Jason's going to blame Carly and it's going to break their bond. It's not happening. It's absolutely not happening.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. No. So yeah, we were talking about. So we were talking about Alexis and Drew asking Alexis who was going to be at her house when she brings Scout over to go trick or treating, and that's when she says, "Oh well, Christina and Molly and Danny and Rocco," and he's like, "Well, then I'm just going to take her to DC and she'll be with me and whatever." Because originally Alexis extends the olive branch and says, "You can come over, because Scout does need her family. She's missing her mother, and yada yada yada." And he's like, "Well, no, I don't want Danny there because his restraining order is still in effect, and he's a threat to, he's dangerous. He's a threat to Scout." And they get into the argument, and that's when Drew says, "Well, do you want your access to Scout to be taken away too?" And she's like, "No, I'll tell him." And then that's when she calls over Danny, and she tells him. And it sucks. And I feel bad for Danny because he does. He misses his sister and all this other thing.
It does. It does really suck. And, Drew's going to get his.
Yeah. Seriously. Daisy says, "I get the feeling that Michael confides more in Carly than Sonny, especially since Rory took over." And
why shouldn't he?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Why shouldn't he? One, he should confide more in Carly than Sonny to begin with.
Right.
Because Carly has literally risked her life.
Yes.
And nearly died saving that boy.
Yes.
Many times, including bringing him into the goddamn world.
Yeah.
And has been his punching bag and has never once told him that he was going to have to beg for forgiveness. Sonny, on the other hand, when the bullets were flying, Sonny jumped on his girlfriend to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just, that's, there's a whole shitload of shit since then.
Right.
So I think that Michael shouldn't spit on Sonny if he was on fire, much less confide in him more than he confides in Carly. But that's just me.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. Like, I mean, not to mention most guys are closer to their mother than their father in general.
Yes.
And with everything that's gone on, Michael has never actually been against Carly.
Yes, he has.
There's been a couple instances, but they were very quick as opposed to, what he's gone through with Sonny.
I mean, he hated Carly just as much and just as long for when Sonny killed AJ. And Carly didn't even find out about it until afterwards. And Carly got in just as much trouble.
Okay, I didn't remember that.
And he wasn't even mad at Sonny for fucking getting his ass shot. He was mad at Carly, who was pregnant at the time with a high-risk pregnancy, and they made her go home. Like, literally made her go home from sitting at Michael's bedside, and he woke up and she wasn't there. And he was furious at her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Believe me, that boy turns on his mother in a fucking heartbeat. He was pissed at her for not telling them that Jax might be alive after Sonny tried to kill Jax. You know that big New Year's Eve scene where he called Carly out? Sonny had tried to kill Jax. And so Sonny was going to blow up Jax's plane. So Jax faked his death and made it seem like he had died in Sonny's planned attack. Mm-hmm. Now, Carly noticed that some money was moved around in one of their joint accounts. Mm-hmm. And that one of Jax's yachts or something had moved.
Yeah.
But she didn't say anything because Sonny was trying to kill him. And she didn't know for sure that it was him.
Yeah.
But then Michael finds out that Jax is alive and Carly knew and rips her a new one in front of the whole town. And then Alexis gets her digs in. Sonny gets his. Kate gets... Sonny was trying to kill the man.
Wow.
And Jax made the choice, without saying a word to Carly, to fake his death. How is this shit on Carly? You know, she was trying to keep him alive. And she didn't even know for sure. But Carly was the bad guy and got her ass reamed, and Michael was pissed at her for a long time.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. That boy is... Oh, God. Him and I have some issues. Because I'm like, you know, Carly was pregnant with Morgan, and that little asshole fell through the ice playing hockey, and she dived her ass in to fucking retrieve him. As like a fucking, elementary school. She dived her ass in. She's dived her ass into the water more than once. Has Sonny ever saved him from anything?
Other than the fire, but that was mainly Jason. So
yeah, that was 100% Jason.
Yeah.
And Sonny delayed Jason getting to him by Jason having to push him out of I can't have to save both of your asses.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just.
So Jennifer, I know you just joined us. I haven't seen today's episode yet, so I have to watch the Hulu version after the show tonight. So right. I don't know about Jason chasing Jacinda.
Chase didn't actually discover anything. He said that he's going to try to find something. You'll see it. He has a theory about Jacinda that he thinks could blow Michael's alibi.
So Chase is actively this is
the
why
man was at the prison today.
Yeah.
Showing Willow pictures of artwork Amelia drew. Which, what? Huh? And they're sitting there holding hands on the table. And Dante told Brooklyn today that Chase has gone to see her multiple times since she was denied bail.
Okay. I did see that. Did see some reference to that as well. But yeah, Chase obviously still has feelings for Willow. There's no doubt about it. And this is the biggest thing why neither Dante nor Chase should have had anything to do with this. Why isn't Mac there? Why couldn't Mac be the one investigating this, considering he's the chief of detectives and his two main detectives have conflicts of interest?
I don't know. Because
I get
might actually solve a crime, and we can't have that.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, drive story. I just feel like if they're gonna put at least an ounce of realism in there, Mac should have been the one taking charge of this case and saying, "Hey, both of you guys got to sit out because you're either related or very close to the majority of, or the two main suspects, Michael and Willow." But that wouldn't cause a lot of drama, so it is what it is. But Chase is actively trying to put the blame on Michael and put the spotlight on Michael, right. Because he doesn't think Willow's capable of shooting anybody. So Donna says Carly and Joss need to talk. So I understand that. They definitely do. But Joss is not going to say anything to Carly about her being WSB because it's going to be, it's got to be a secret.
Right.
All right. I think we've kind of gone through just about everything tonight. Are there any final thoughts? Anything we missed? Anything?
No.
All right. Fantastic. Well, folks, we're going to end it here. We've had a great time tonight. Thank you so much for the 2 super chats that came in. And if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and do a super thanks. You have the ad option or a super sticker or whatever and help support the show. Because there are costs associated. And if you want to help us get better and help us with our production quality, go ahead and hit that super chat function and help us out. Every bit of money that comes in will go back into the show. So I want to thank you all for watching. As always, Angela, where can everybody find you?
Parade.com, baby. Parade.com. And Brooklyn74 on Twitter.
All right.
Angela Ryan Duncan on Facebook and Angela Ryan Duncan on Instagram.
All right. Fantastic. And as always, you can find me on Twitter and Facebook at Vinny Suds and at Suds Media on Twitter, which is our network page, which is what I'm normally on. On Instagram and Threads, it's at Suds and Squared Circle. On TikTok, it's at Suds_media. On Facebook, there's a Suds and Squared Circle media page. But yeah, that's you can find us anywhere. And as always, go ahead and hit that super chat or super thanks function and help support the show. And thank you so much for tuning in, folks. We will be back. Kim and I will be on a special episode of Dockside at the Bay with Courtney Marie Warner this coming Thursday at noon. So, again, go ahead and check that out. And you can still donate for the podcast-a-thon. If you need the QR code for Venmo or PayPal, it is up on our Suds Media Twitter channel. And you can go ahead and donate. And thank you for the people that have donated. And thank you all for helping us. Yes, and thank you to all of you guys for subscribing. If you're not subscribed yet, go to suds-media.com and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell as well. We are growing by the day, so thank you so much. And as always, we'll be back next week with another episode of Suds News. So for Angela, I'm Vinny. We'll see you next week as we talk all about General Hospital here on Suds News. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.